Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your bonus reading for September 2025. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. You guys were one of the top 3 zodiac signs that engaged the most with my content here on YouTube this month, so this is my way of saying thank you by doing a bonus reading for you guys. You are going to get a love reading and a general message today. So let's go ahead and jump right into your love reading. All right. Spiritual team archetype cards. What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time regarding their love lives? What do we have? Okay, so we have Samaritan, and it was reversed. So it says exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. Okay, sorry about the glare. So it was reversed, so that's why I'm only reading the shadow attribute down here at the bottom of the card. So we have that, and what's at the bottom of the deck? We have servant. Interesting. It is upright, so the light attribute says delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Interesting. This could have to do with you. This could have to do with your person, the person that you're thinking of. So again, take what resonates. It could be reversed, or the energies could be reversed. There could also be cross watchers watching that want to know about a specific Virgo. So just take all that into account and just go with whatever energy feels right for you. And also, please do not try and force a reading to fit online, okay? Not every message is for every Virgo out there. But what I am picking up at this point in time is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, on the one hand, this one person really enjoys being of service, but they also really enjoy being recognized for their work, which is kind of weird. It may kind of give the wrong impression to some people. They're like, are you only in this for the praise or for the rewards that comes with this help? Like, I don't know how to feel about this. It's a very interesting kind of energy. This could also represent 2 people. One of you could be the servant upright, and one of you could be the Samaritan in reverse. Again, take what resonates. Some person could be trying to pass themselves off as someone who likes helping people because you are someone that likes helping people, but they're just in it for the recognition, or like in it for selfish reasons. Okay, again, take what resonates. But let's get into the tarot and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Disney Villains Tarot deck. What messages do you have for the Virgo collective regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Virgo collective regarding their love lives? Let's see. What do we have? All right, 5 of Swords reversed. 5 of Coins reversed. 3 of Swords. What else? Okay. We have the Devil in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 4 of Coins. We have Temperance in reverse. We have Ace of Cups. And we have 7 of Wands. Weird. Weird. Very weird. I feel like this person can be very generous, but it's also very conditional. For those of you that like have recently gone through kind of like a rough patch and someone's been offering to like help you like financially, for a lot of you it feels like you've been getting like some financial help from somebody, from a partner or someone that like you're romantically interested in, and not because you necessarily asked, but because someone offered to help. They saw that you were in a pickle or something and like they wanted to help. But at the same time, it feels like this person also kind of wants either control. It's weird because of the 4 of Coins and the Temperance in reverse right next to each other. For me, it's like this person gives conditionally. It's like one day they feel like they're being super generous, they're not thinking about it, and then the next day they feel like maybe you're taking advantage of them. I don't know if that resonates, but that's kind of the energy that I get. It's like this back and forth of like, I'm happy to give, I'm happy to help, and then all of a sudden it's like too much. And then I'm back to being helpful again, and like, oh, I don't want you to like think that I think that you're this type of person, like I really do want to help, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, like a couple weeks later, they're like, wait a minute, I can't do that. Like, it's very weird. It's like a weird back and forth energy. I don't know why this person has these hangups like that. And it doesn't even have to be about money, it could be about like helping you get out of some sort of negative situation. Like maybe this person helped you get out of like a bad roommate situation and you're like crashing on the couch, or you guys temporarily moved in with them. um and this person's like, oh yeah, like I'm so happy to be living with you, like everything's really great in our relationship. And then all of a sudden, like next week, they're like, I need space, this is too much, your stuff is all over the place, like when are you going to find a place, or I just don't know if I can do this anymore. Like it's very it's very like hot and cold with this person. Like I don't know what's going on. So interesting. And I feel like this person is even like a little passive aggressive with this Five of Swords in reverse. I think this person like will say or do things that like not directly say like what's bothering them, but like you can tell they're bothered by something and it makes you feel weird, and you're like, okay, well, I don't want to bother you if like this isn't the arrangement you want. Why would you offer to help, kind of a thing. But then they're right back at it like, no, like trust me, like I want to help, like I understand you're going through it, blah blah blah, like let's just keep pushing forward, let's keep trudging along. I don't know what is with this person, but maybe they're just not used to like having people in their space, or they're not used to having people need them as much as you need them right now. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this person has maybe experienced some of the same things as you have. And so they're like not really sure why it's taking so long to improve your situation. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, it's very conditional almost. It's like they go back and forth in their own head a little bit. They're like, like I want to be helpful, but at the same time, like I don't want to get taken advantage of. But at the same time, like I want to be there for them and blah, 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 blah. But like at the same time, like I want my independence and I don't want to be smothered. And like it's so back and forth, so weird. Or it's again one of those control things where they're like, I'm willing to help you as long as you recognize that I'm helping you, or that like you say thank you enough, or you show your gratitude in some way, or like I don't feel like you're picking up around the house enough, or you're not making me food, or you're not doing X, Y, and Z. Does that make sense? It might be a very specific message for some of you out there, but ultimately that is what I'm getting. It's like they want to trade off. Like I help you in some way, you need to help me out in some way. It's like almost tit for tat, which I personally think is so bogus. Like in relationships, yes, there obviously needs to be balance, but sometimes one person in the relationship is not able to come 50%. Sometimes the other partner is at like 98% and the other partner is at 2%. I think what was that, Michelle Obama said that in an interview about her relationship with Barack. She's like, there are times where I'm 50 and he's 50, and there's times where he's 100 and I'm 0 in terms of effort and energy that you can give to the relationship. It's like sometimes you got to step up and be there for your partner if they're not in a situation to give to the relationship at the same level that you are. And everyone fluctuates throughout their lives in terms of like energy, circumstances, blessings. Things are always a roller coaster. There's highs, there's lows, and everything in between. And you got to figure it out and try your best to just be there for your person, you know, and trust that they're going to have you when it comes time for you to be at your low, right? It's all we can do. But that's what I'm getting in terms of this person's energy. I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with an oracle deck, see if we can get some additional energy from you or from them and kind of get a little bit more information on the situation. Spiritual team, hidden truth oracle, what final messages do you have for the Virgo collective regarding their relationship at this time? What messages do you have for the Virgo collective regarding their romantic relationship at this time? What do we got? Okay, it says I love you. Oh, that's sweet. See, I think this person really does care about you. I feel like they do love you. Let's see what else comes up. We have you came closer than anyone. That might be what's going on here. This person may not have had this much commitment in a relationship before, and they're like freaking out a little bit. They're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. I am uncomfortable, but at the same time, I want this, but maybe it was moving faster than they expected or sooner than they expected. Or, they probably just have their own hangups about relationships and they're just not sure like what to do. And they're getting maybe like knee-jerk reactions to like run or self-sabotage or something like that. So this is someone who's probably dealing with new things in a relationship in general. At the bottom of the deck, it says, you were the best thing in my life. Okay. Now I'm not necessarily getting like you guys ended. Some of you guys are still with this person. Some of you guys could have split. Some of you guys could be separated because of how this person acted. And you guys are probably wondering, like, should I get back with this person? I've been thinking about them, blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything necessarily that is, well, yeah. I think as long as this person or whoever it is that wants this conditional tit for tat back and forth and thinks that a relationship should look or feel a certain way, as long as they can work through that and learn to compromise and learn that, like, listen, not everybody's going to be on 100 or not everything's going to be 50-50 all the time in a relationship, because what do they say, when your vows for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, sometimes people need to lean on you a little bit more than you need to lean on them. Okay. I think if that person can learn to figure that out and learn how to navigate the relationship in that manner with that sort of mindset, I think you guys could potentially work something out. And I feel like this person could be working through that, which is why I'm actually like kind of confused, why I was confused at the beginning with these two cards, because I feel like this person maybe goes back and forth. They're a little confused. I think they want to do good, but sometimes they revert back to like some selfish behaviors or hangups or something like that. So they could be working through it. They could be trying to improve themselves. Again, take what resonates. Everyone's situation is going to be different, but I think this has the potential to do something. I think it has the potential to go somewhere, but again, it really just depends on, compromise and working together as a team. That's really the most important thing. All right, Virgos, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle all my decks and get ready for your general message. I will see you guys there. All right, Virgos, let's go ahead and get into your general reading. Spiritual team, metaphysical cannabis oracle deck. What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? Okay, first we have Lantarki Mace. Lantarki Mace, Lantarki Mace. Can't really tell it. I'm so sorry for the glare. I know it's terrible. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Yewa, and it says guidance. Okay, I'm going to read from the guidebook on these because I don't have these memorized. It's a pretty big deck, so let me just find these ones really quick. Lantarki Mace. I know I'm absolutely butchering those words, but here we are. Okay. Mama D is the mama you never knew you needed until she walks into your life with her cat Lucy, who's peeking her head out of the bathtub. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that. All right. Um, the music coming from the bathroom playlist is only the best hip hop as she leans into the mirror, applying her perfect makeup. Lantarki Mace is the electric lady of all the realms. She is the sacred bath lady for the kings, queens, and spiritual leaders in all realms. She cleans you with oils and water, helped by her dear elemental friends who aid her in every sacred ritual. Her pink glasses bring back 2005, while her eyes are filled with massive pools that seemingly flow out of the card. Lantarki works with water to help you process your lessons and to help you find peace. It's time to cry to that playlist you made. It's time to let it all out and heal. When you hear the truth, you will well up inside, and there is no fighting the flow of emotion. It's okay to release those waters. When Tarky Mace shows up, it is time to ask yourself, am I avoiding the situation? Am I being as communicative as I want in return? Am I open to receiving? Okay, let's take a look at Yewa. Yewa is seen with her sword and horsetail whip, which she uses as a guide in the underworld to help souls to find to their final resting place. She reminds you that even in death, you are not alone. A guide will always present itself when the darkest hour seems to be upon you. This could be a dove, a goat, or owls, which are all creatures of Yewa. Her dress is made of silk and symbolizing that essence isn't gone in death. It is only transformed. The silkworm sucks the essence from the tree and creates silk fiber using its saliva. The result is a fabric that is softer on the skin than any other material and was reserved for elites in history. The cowrie shells in her hair are a gift from Mami Wata. If she appears, it is a sign to give yourself a large assortment of flowers. Okay. Some of y'all might need a good cry. Some of y'all could have been going through it. Okay. Cleansing ritual. I'm hearing, yeah, lots of water energy. We also just wrapped up a lunar eclipse in Pisces a couple of days ago. So very heavy emotions. Um, could be a little bit of chaos happening in your lives around this time, depending on where Pisces is in your chart and if you have any planets in Pisces. So yeah, there's a lot of emotions going about. You might need to do some deep reflection, maybe have a little bit of alone time. Okay. Try not to dive into escapism though, so watch your consumption. Watch your substance use. Okay, I will say that. But I definitely feel like there's some changes happening. There's some things that have been emotionally difficult, mentally difficult for you to move through. And I think Spirit is just acknowledging that, acknowledging the weight of that, acknowledging that not only are you strong enough to move through that, Virgo, but also that it's okay to let those emotions out and feel them as you're going through this process. So when no one else is looking, just go ahead and have a cry, have some ice cream, have some potato chips, whatever. Okay, but I won't tell anybody. Okay, boom. All right, let's get into the tarot and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Disney, villains, tarot. What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? I only say that because I feel like my Virgos don't love crying in front of people. Like if you've seen a Virgo cry, like you are very close to them. All right, let's see what's going on. We have the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, it's giving tyrant energy. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. What else do we have? We have the Seven of Coins. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Three of Wands reversed, Four of Wands, Star in reverse, Judgment, and Nine of Wands. Okay, so that basically tells me like big feelings, big old feelings. Okay, some of you guys have not been managing your emotions well. Some of you could have been having moments of like extreme anger. You could have been lashing out, some of you, which I don't normally associate with Virgos, but to have these two right next to each other, the King of Wands in reverse and the Moon in reverse, some of you guys could have been bottling things up and now they're finally like coming to the surface and you're taking them out on people. I'm not saying it's not warranted, because usually when a Virgo is mad at you, you've done something to deserve it, right? That's my opinion. But I feel like you guys have bottled some things up for so long that like you are literally no longer able to hold it back. And that eclipse in Pisces will do that to people. If you've been bottling stuff up, the eclipse is saying, hey, let's let it fly. And I see that. I see you guys handing out cups of you get what you deserve. You get a cup, you get a cup, you get a cup. And do I have some choice words for some people? Virgos. That's you saying that. But ultimately I also just feel like you guys are feel like you guys are like moving at the speed of light, trying to make something happen. With this Knight of Swords, okay, you guys may be trying to like push through some sort of, I don't know, this could be school, this could be buying, like the process of buying a house, this could be the process of getting married, this could be something that you've been working on for a long time, it could be a work project, okay, even. But I feel like you guys have been working through something and trying to really stay on top of everything and push things forward. And at the same time, it also feels like some things are just not coming through the way that you thought they would, expected them to, or calculated them to, if that makes sense. So there could have been some setbacks. A lot of you could also be kind of like slowly becoming cynical a little bit with the star card in reverse next to judgment. Some of you guys could be getting like this negative outlook, if that's the word I can put. Again, I think it's just like tied to your emotions though. Like a lot of you guys have this very cynical like outlook or feeling about life or people in general. Like a lot of you guys are just not really, you're not seeing the best in people right now. You're not seeing the bright side of things right now. You are literally just doing your job so you can go home and not talk to people for the rest of the day is what I'm getting. Which I think is normal. We all go through periods like that where we're like, we've literally just had enough of people in general or of situations that continuously show up at our door that we have to deal with repeatedly over and over and over again. So I get it. It's like, am I ever going to get out of this cycle? Am I ever going to push through to the next chapter? And a lot of you guys may honestly feel stuck too. Yeah, a lot of you guys may feel stuck. Like things are just not moving the way that you want to right now. Which I feel like, I mean, eventually it will happen. It's just there's something funky in the air right now. There's something funky in the air, especially with this Three of Wands in reverse. It just feels like everything you put back in or you throw out into the universe is not coming back to you the way that you want it to. So that could be a manifestation, that could be your work, that could be um, certain efforts with people, projects, whatever. It just feels like you've done so much and nothing's coming back in return. Nothing's happening, nothing's moving, which is forcing you guys to like kind of feel like, is this ever going to happen? Am I ever going to get to the next stage? Kind of a thing. But I think Spirit is like, hey, listen, things are going to happen the way that they need to. You're just kind of like in your head a little bit, but we still have your back. Nine of Wands. In fact, the Nine of Wands tells me like you're almost there. I want to sing Princess and the Frog so bad, you're almost there, because this is the Disney villains deck. But I feel like you guys are closer than you think. I think it's just some snags, some inconveniences that are probably triggering things that you've already had bottled up for a very long period of time. And that frustration is like, it's just bubbling over at this point. So, Virgos, bottom line, have a cry, have a glass of wine, have some ice cream, whatever you need to do, binge watch your favorite comfort show, whatever it is you got to do right now to feel those feelings and then move past it and like kind of reset yourself emotionally and mentally, I think is really what you guys just need to hear right now. But Spirit's saying, like, to me also, if you guys are worried about something not working out, don't give up because you're so close. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with a couple of oracle decks. Let's see what comes up. Spiritual team, African Goddess Rising, what messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? What's going on? What do we have? Queen of Sheba, secrets revealed. Yeah, some like deep buried emotions and feelings. I feel like, sorry again for the glare. There's some things that you've been holding on to for a while. And you could be like getting realizations about things from like months ago, years ago, and you're like, oh my God, like that's why I'm crying because I never dealt with that. I never dealt with that like a couple years ago or a couple months ago. And like that's why and like this situation reminds me of that for some reason. There's a lot going on internally for you guys right now. I'm so sorry, it's not funny, but like once you have a good cry, I think you guys will feel better. Next we have Jumbi, masks. Yeah, and I feel like this is your opportunity. I think Spirit's like recognizing that you need to take off the mask. You need to take off that mask of like, I have it all together, I have it all figured out, I'm fine. Taking off that mask and really just like sitting with yourself and recognizing like, I'm not okay, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied, and it's okay to feel those feelings and let them out every now and then on a regular basis. I would recommend, but you know, if you guys just, I don't know, I feel like Virgos, you guys are so good at compartmentalizing things. Like sometimes you'll just let things slide for like a couple months and you're like, why am I so out of whack? But yeah, learn to like let down those guards and be like, I need to feel everything that I've been going through for the last few weeks or few months. Like it's all been bottled up, it's all been boiling up, and I need to release it. I need to release it in some way. Otherwise, it's going to make me a miserable, pessimistic jerk. Okay. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Oya, storms. And I feel like you guys could be in the midst of a storm right now. And that's why this is also forcing you to come to terms with some of these emotions from situations that you've been dealing with on top of what it is that you're going through right now. It could be multiple things at the same time as well. So again, I feel like this is kind of a tumultuous time emotionally for you guys right now. So again, just like recognizing that it's okay to not be okay is really the core of this message. Let's get into this final deck and see what comes up. Spiritual team, tea leaf fortune cards. What final messages? Wow. Literally half the deck just spilled out. That's how I know you guys have a lot going on. You guys have a lot going on. All right. Let me see. What do we got? All right, spiritual team. What final messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? All right, let's take a look at the other half of the deck. Let's see. Spiritual team, tea leaf fortune cards. What final messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? Oh my gosh, how many was that? That's a lot. They're not jumping at all. I'm so sorry, Virgos. Okay, what kind of messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? Okay. What final messages do you have? Come here. What final messages do you have for the Virgo collective at this time? Okay, nothing is jumping out of these decks. And give me 1 second. I'm just going to keep pulling until I get something, okay? Okay, final messages for the Virgo collective at this time. All right, Virgos. I'm going to take what has spilled out up till now. I had to go through a couple of times, so it is what it is. I didn't want you guys sitting for like another 5 minutes waiting for something to happen, so it is what it is. But let's take a look at what came out for you guys. So you guys got the rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters? I don't know. I didn't pick up on that. I'm not trying to get into nobody's business about that. So if it feels like it resonates for you, it must resonate for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Next we got the fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So this is what I was feeling in your most recent reading. Okay. This could be related to your relationship reading earlier in the video. I'm not getting into that. That's none of my business. That's none of my business. All right, but yeah, so I feel like you guys are like super diligent in terms of like your job or whatever it is that you're pursuing right now, and at the same time though, it could be taking a really big emotional toll on you. We also have success. Yeah, success. And then we also have dog, protection from a powerful friend. I don't know what that's about. I feel like a powerful friend could talk about your emotions, honestly. That, or you have someone who's also going through it, like emotionally, and you guys are like maybe butting heads a little bit, and that's why Spirit's like, whoa, take it easy. Get your emotions in control because we don't want to go head to head with this person. You don't want that. All right, Virgos, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Virgo if you feel like it would resonate for them. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. You can find my handles below in the description box. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and taking the time to watch these videos. I hope to see you guys at the next one. Until then, please take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.